Can AI be ethical? Martin D. Brown certainly believes it should be. Martin is an intellectual property lawyer, a legal activist, and an ethical AI entrepreneur. Martin, welcome to South by Southwest Sydney.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Now, your session is about how you believe we have fundamentally misunderstood the role of AI. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, there's a big narrative, a lot of people pushing it, that AI is basically about productivity, about doing things faster and cheaper than we could do those same things in the past. And I think it's inaccurate, and I think it's a missed opportunity. Basically, we should be using this transformative technology to deliver innovation and improvement on a more continuous basis.
And where do you see that then leading to, if that's the case?
I think it leads to a better society, better businesses, more essentially what this technology is there to do is to change our relationship with information. And so businesses trade on information, even if they don't fully realize it. The more information they have, the more precise that information, the more confident they can be in their decision making. And so they can better serve audiences and customers, and that's ultimately the goal of business.
And the way that it's going now, where it's heading now, what do you see as any potential pitfalls with not doing what you just described?
Yeah, I think we're focusing on, as I said, as productivity and efficiency. So we end up missing we have a very narrow view of what can be achieved. We are missing the opportunity to deliver on unmet needs that audiences have. So really, it's just a missed opportunity.
And you speak about the sensitivity machine. Can you tell me what that is?
Yeah, so I think the way that you need to deliver innovation is to understand what people care about, what they need, and what their unmet needs are. And so what I am saying is that AI is there to help us build a more powerful sense and response function in business. And I call organizations that have taken that seriously and that have spent time and money investing in that sensitive organizations. And so they're using AI to understand consumer preferences, to understand cultural trends, and to stay on top of or ahead of those. They're also using AI to integrate that sort of information across their workforce, so that what to do, what products to design, what content to make, etc., isn't now just sort of the preserve of a top CEO or C-level. It's now shared and democratized throughout the whole organization. That will lead to us having more vital, culturally relevant businesses, which is always a good thing.
And I'm curious about your thoughts on governments and their support or lack thereof of AI. Where do you think governments can actually help to put AI on the track that you envisage for it?
Yeah, I think the AI, so there's different approaches that different governments have. Most of them don't understand it.
Yeah.
That's fundamentally the case. And so they sort of stay out of it. They think that if they come in and start trying to regulate it, there's going to be a chilling effect. I actually don't think that's the case. I think good AI and a kind of sustainable future of AI will rely on us actually respecting rights. I used to be an intellectual property lawyer, and obviously it's no secret that a lot of the data that's powering these powerful machines is other people's creativity. And so I think that I don't think that has to be the case. I think that there are models whereby governments can come in, step in, they can regulate, they can get a fair deal for creators whose data is being used to train these models, but we can still have innovation. I actually think that's a more sustainable model for AI than what's being kind of pursued on the west coast of America, where it's, beg forgiveness. And so I think governments can and will and should seek to understand the technology so that they can deliver that sustainable future.
Absolutely. And what's one key takeaway that you hope attendees left with from your South by Southwest Sydney session?
I think it's that AI does change our relationship with information, and that information is really the currency of competitive advantage. I think I talk about sensitivity. The opposite of sensitivity is not robust or resilient or strong or anything like that. It's really being deaf. It's being closed off to what the market and consumers and customers actually want from you. That doesn't have to be the case anymore. You don't have to be in your ivory tower. You can use AI to change that relationship with information and deliver on these needs.
And what role do you think that South by Southwest plays in shaping the future of your field?
Yeah, look, it's an amazing cross-section, cross-disciplinary mix of people that are coming together. That's what I think will help us deliver technology that positively impacts business and culture. I think we will regret if we allow the development of this exponential, foundational, game-changing technology to be the preserve of some techies and tech bros on the west coast of the USA. I really hope that more that we have more integration, more cross-pollination of people who are challenging it, supporting it, and coming together to ultimately to develop this technology in the right direction.
Absolutely. And how do you think that South by Southwest Sydney can change the trajectory of someone's business or career?
I think it's about helping them to imagine what is possible, but also helping them to connect to others to integrate that into what they are trying to do. So the days of having sort of discrete tracks of business are gone. Technology, that's what technology does. It disrupts. It infiltrates into essentially every single type of business. So come to South by Southwest, not simply to network with people that are in your channel, but actually to have those conversations, to think differently, and then hopefully to build together and develop together something that makes an impact.
Fantastic. And is there anyone that you're really looking forward to seeing speak?
I want to see Tim Minchin speak. I think he's a creative, humorous, quite a brave and bold guy who's doing his own thing and seems comfortable in his own skin, and I think that's the way to be successful.
Fantastic. Any performance by Tim Minchin is worth it. So excellent. And thank you so much for joining us in the South by Southwest Sydney studio, Martin.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And you can watch more of these videos on youtube.com/South by Southwest Sydney.